Last week, we were saying how there's a potential of Bitcoin to bounce from this area just because we've seen that in previous bear markets. It's actually very cyclical. So we're bouncing from this level. We were saying that 64 would be a level of strong resistance for Bitcoin, but it broke past that. And now it's testing 66, which is a more nuanced level, so to speak, because from this one, the previous correction was bouncing several times before going into a relief rally. Also from this level, we've seen a lot of price action here with distribution, but eventually breaking out into new all-time highs in 2024. And also this level sits on top of previous all-time highs. Great. So where do we stand as of now? We need to see a close above 66 in order for this price action to continue into the 70K region. But the 200-day SMA is lowering in price. It's downshifting and it's going to act as a resistance at some point. Whether it is going to be 75, 73, or 71, it doesn't matter because nothing tells us as of yet that the way Bitcoin rhymes with the previous bear markets is going to be different this time. It doesn't seem like it's going to be different. So while we're having this bounce, while the RSI is suggesting that we're getting out of the oversold territory, we're correcting, this is not going to be a new all-time high territory or the low is in territory, specifically because we don't have technical confirmation, we don't have evidence, and plus we need that full capitulation for the hope must die mantra for the bull market to begin. And that final capitulation did happen in 2022 and 2018. It did not happen now. So we need for that to take place. But as I've mentioned before, this is going to feel like a sideways boring chop. Most people are not going to take advantage of this. And even though the price will be bouncing, people will feel that it's boring and eventually there will be a final breakdown where people will lose interest completely and walk away. And that's where the shift from the bear market to the bull market will take place. All right, guys, moving forward with S&P. We're seeing a bounce here as well. This does not change the technical analysis. 3 bars down from the all-time high previously and recently suggests a reversal, a slowdown of momentum. It's not a signal that you would use on daily, like 3 bars on anything down. It doesn't work that way. It has statistical evidence when it comes to significant tops, all-time highs, or new all-time highs. That's when it works the best. So we've seen a slowdown of momentum because it revisited this prices after the 3 bars down. And that's most likely what's going to happen here. Maybe we will even form a double top here and then correct heavily into quarter 3 or quarter 4 and afterwards target a new all-time high just because structurally the macro hasn't been broken for S&P since 2022. We're not at the breakdown zone yet, but we have early signs that this is the top and it's best to prepare now rather than piling in at all-time highs and increasing your risk. For gold, the descending pattern played out, lower highs, lower lows. It's now correcting from this fib retracement of 4K, roughly speaking, and it wants to test the 4.4 level. My guess is that it will hit this as resistance and correct further downwards. But if it does break out, we need 2 important levels to close. Above the 200-day SMA, which sits at 4.5, it matches with the fib retracement, which sits around the same level. If it does break that, then I could state with more certainty it wants to go to 4.7 of this fib retracement. But there's a lot of work to do for that to happen. So the probabilities as of now is hitting a resistance here and correcting downwards rather than breaking out. But time will tell what will happen. That's all I got for you today. Follow Bifo for more.